Hey, Bacoa. Arlene, anybody else popping in? Everybody doing? Drinking my coffee. I got my juice. The cats are in and out. Can you hear me okay? So, hi, Kenny. And Kenny, you know what's really nice? I look down at the barrels. Every one of them are nice and lined up. Well, there's one that may not be, but look at all these. They're all so lined up. They're all so centered. Good batch, Kenny. Good batch. Kenny sent me pencils. I'll show those in a minute. A good batch. Hi, faithfulness. Or don't. Oh well, you're not driving and texting. I'm sure. Happy Hump Day, Teresa. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Well, thank you, Kenny. Very sweet. Very sweet. Hiya, Sammy. I've got to catch up on some of your videos. Are you doing a regular show still? Are you for some reason I think I see you on a weekend day. Not while I'm not able to watch like live, but I think I see you doing something every weekend still, Sammy, right? Am I right? Hi, Darla, Asa. Melia. I know I always say that wrong. Hi, Mama 4, Arlene, Jade, Darla. Looking down the list. Okay. Tuesdays and Saturdays mostly. Okay. Thank you. Y'all make sure and follow Color and Chat with Sammy out of the UK. Awesome color. Hi, Whispering Cauldron. How you doing? You don't even say it right. Hi, Ann, Joey, Lisa, Artful Dabbler, Molly. I'm trying to not miss anybody, but and I do. I mean, I skimmed through the chat from Monday, and there was a bunch of people I missed. I missed P Money. I missed. There was a couple people I missed. And I thought, I just didn't see them. And if you're not a big talker, if you just come in and say hi, and I miss your hi, then I gotta have this fan on me because it's a little warm. But my sinuses are better, but so I really shouldn't put that fan right on my face. But it's a little toasty in here. Let's see, Molly. Clam. Hi, Clam. So cute names. Hi, Janet. Happy Hump Day, Cynthia. See, Joey, Terry L. Tonight's, we got Survivor tonight, Terry and Janet. And Zandra. I mean, I don't think Zandra's here right now, but she watches with us too. Julie Topaz. Marge. Thanks, everybody, for popping in. Hope you're having a good hump day. Happy Wednesday. Cat and Paste. I do sound better, Doug. That's what Hubster said. You sound better today. Well, I never felt sick. It's just like a sinus headache. Well, not even a headache. was stopped up, whatever. So yeah, I feel it's going away. Okay, you watch it too, just no tweeting. Okay. Let's see. Janice. Artful Dabbler said, honestly, Teresa, haven't gone near a window. I'm still in bed. I think it's bright out. Hi, Kimberly557. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Taylor. So, hope everybody's well. Mark gave himself his face. Hey, Gene. How's it going? Gene is supposed to start streaming next week, back to streaming next week. I'll believe it when I see it. Just saying. I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, okay. You're gonna go stock up on toilet paper. Oh my gosh, have y'all seen some of the memes on the toilet paper? Oh gosh, me and Janet were trying. Let me show y'all some of these. And if you need a little extra toilet paper, that's okay. Just don't knock down 20 people with a grocery cart to get some. Oh my gosh. Mark said, super excited for some mock-up of my... Oh, okay. Well, good. I hope you're going to be doing some more haul videos soon. We like those, Mark. And you also do the, what's that unboxing? Not sketch. Which one is it? The unboxing you do, Mark, where you test out the supplies. Oh, the cardboard roll thingies are made in China. Oh my gosh. Let me show y'all a couple that me and Janet were. Okay, here's one. Let's see, I sneezed and 10 people. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. I know, right? Yeah, I have my sinus stopped up. So it's like, do I even say good morning in the grocery store to anybody? Oh, wait, I got more. Hang on. Let's see. I got a couple. Oh, this one was good. Gene posted this one on Facebook. A DIY project for all of you who missed out on getting toilet paper. Look, a crocheted toilet paper roll. Oh my gosh, some of these are so funny. And then this one says, apparently this is how people are protecting themselves from the virus. They're wrapping themselves in toilet paper. They're wrapping themselves in the toilet paper. Oh my gosh. Let me go over here. I showed my daughter out in LA. She's an RN. And she's just shaking her head at everything going on. Let's see. There's here we go. I think I got one or two more. I had a couple of really good ones. Oh, this one was good. To avoid the CDC said to avoid catching the virus, don't touch your face. Available at your local pet store. There's so many funny ones out there. I'm serious. You got to laugh, people. You got to laugh. You just got to laugh. You got to find that for your mom. Oh, just go on Facebook or Google it. You'll find them. Put in, toilet paper memes. Oh my gosh. Our stores are not doing that. No one. I've not seen any low stock of toilet paper in any stores I've been to. But let's just say this is probably because if they ran low, they just restocked. Anyway, you don't laugh at all. You don't laugh at all in Germany anymore, Karen? What's wrong with your country? You're not laughing at all in your country? I don't mean about this. Are you talking about the virus? Are you talking about the virus, Karen? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Or y'all just don't laugh at all. Hi, Gina. Lisa. I know I'm probably missing people coming in. I saw that. It's the same one, Mark. I saw that on the news. Karen, go look up how many. First off, from what I understand, kids aren't even getting it. Or if they are, it's so light they don't even know they have it. The people that are kind of really, could be affected are the elderly that are sick. I'm waiting to see the stats on the recoveries. They're not showing you how many people are recovering once they get it. So I'm waiting to see the stats on the recovery. But, you do you, boo. Okay, so let's see. There was something else there was another picture I was going to show y'all of something totally unrelated. Let's see. And I did go ahead and paint the background of my skulls so I can ink these at some point. I've got those. Happy Hump Day, Kalora. Let me turn my fan because it is blowing too much in my face. So I got the two skulls from the pictures, and I was corrected a couple times. I did not know what kind of skulls they were, whether it was, coyote, deer, but a couple of people commented that it was a deer skull. So, that some friend of Cameron's found, brought it to Cameron. Cameron bleached it and all the bones, bleached it all, and then reassembled it and glued it all together. And then we took pictures of it, and now we're going to art it. So I do want to ink this, but I just have it kind of sketched in for now and just painted out the background so we can do a space scene or something. So I did that. I have 2 dog portraits to do and 1 Doctor Who. So I'm going to try to work on that this month. And Orla sent me these books. I showed them on Monday. I didn't do a complete flip through, but I showed them fairly well. Let's see. Nashua. Who else am I missing? I don't know. If I missed Nanamo, if I missed you. Good morning, people. Good morning. Australian animals. And Orla sent me 2 copies. I put her little gift tag thing in the front of my copy and got one to give away. But what I thought I would do is Carrie Ann is in Australia. If Carrie Ann comes in now, it's like probably 10 o'clock at night there in Australia, 10, maybe 11. I think they're 12 hours ahead. Maybe they're 14. So we might have to wait till tomorrow for her to wake up. But I wanted to color one for Carrie Ann. She's in Australia, and send one to her. Selena Finich, I think that's how you say her name, is donating the proceeds of any sales of this book in March to the animals in, animal rescue shelters and stuff in Australia because of the fires. Hi, Diane, Joan, CB, Rosalind. Thank you, Pacola. There's the link to the book. So the proceeds of the book for the month of March are going to help the Australian animals. So if Carrie Ann comes in, I was going to let her pick one. I was going to let her pick her one that she liked, and I was going to color it. So we'll see. Sip of coffee here. Ooh, my coffee's cold. I should go run down and get some hot coffee. Let me do that, guys. Let me go run down and get some hot coffee before we get crack-a-lacking. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. A little hot coffee. See what I missed. East Coast of Florida clam is 11:45. Yeah, we might have to catch her at another stream. She does come in here every now and then. But I know the time difference is 10:45 in Queensland. Hi, Lisbeth. Let's see. So yeah, I wanted her to pick one. So we'll wait then and do this when she's here. But I did want to color one for her. Well, let me show you a couple of Happy Mail things I got. I said it a minute ago. Kenny sent me a box of black Prismas and a box of white Prismas. Thank you, Pacola. Yeah, y'all put it in caps if you're talking to me. Make sure you have live chat clicked at the top. And make sure in your little wheel settings you have 720 or 1080p. Especially if there's a glitch or a jump in YouTube, it can knock you back to like 144 and you're going to have a fuzzy video. So make sure that you're set higher in HD. Hi, Painty Girl. Hi, Yulia. Let's see. Hi, Donna. My mom and Denise are texting each other, and I'm getting all the messages on my watch. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. Let's see. I don't think I've missed anybody else. Oh, hi, Carla. Hi, Carla. So, let me tweet real quick, guys, because I always forget to. Tweet. But I think most of y'all here know, when I stream. Every Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, but I come on usually about 8:30, a little earlier to say good morning to everybody. But let me go ahead and Coffee and Art in the Morning live. Let's see if I can find me a little coffee cup. Link in profile. So, yeah. And let's see. Colleen and Kathy did some awesome projects yesterday. Colleen and made me buy. She made me buy a sticker set. But it takes like a month to get here. I don't know. I don't know where. Maybe it's coming from China. I don't know. I don't know. I have to ask Colleen where it came. It gets through Amazon. I mean, but yeah, it's a sticker book, and Colleen showed it. It's got some like Victorian imagery and different things. Hi, Sue. Isn't it cool, Janet? Janet thought so too. Yeah. So, hi, G. I'll have to go see about those cats in a minute. Okay. Well, I might have to run back downstairs. We'll see. I really should make hot coffee. That's cold. My coffee is lukewarm. So, Kenny sent me a box of white Prismacolors and a box of black Prismacolors. These are the two that I go through the most. I go through the black and white Prismas the most. And so I did check the barrels. Now, remember, when you buy them, especially now, if you buy them in bulk, I don't know how you could check them, but if you're buying them individually off the rack, like at the store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Blick, whatever hobby store you buy them at, make sure and check the barrels and that they are centered. If they're not centered, and they look even fatter now. Did they start making let me get an old one. I'm digging around for one. Got a couple of nubs here. Maybe not. Yeah, I guess not. It just seems, I don't know, maybe it's because they're in bulk. They look like there's thicker leads. But look and observe how they're all centered, because then they'll sharpen. They will sharpen without breaking. I thought the leads looked fatter too. Yeah, maybe it's just, I don't know. I'm just perceiving it because there's so many of them. When you separate them out, is it like a, full the eye kind of thing? But anyway, so she sent me a box of the white ones and a box of the black ones. No, they are thicker. The white ones are thicker. I'm telling you. Look, let me pull one. Look. The white ones are thicker. See? See? That's not an optical illusion. Look at the wood. Don't look at the lead. Look at the wood. Yeah, we're not crazy. Look at the wood around the pencil. See? I don't have autofocus on, so. Weird. Well, yeah, my current white one, the one I just picked up, it looked about the same. See, it looked the same. Maybe, let me try another one. Oh, let's just try another color. They look the same. Maybe, you know what it could be? Maybe the black ones are getting thinner. Maybe the black ones are getting thinner. Oh my gosh. Get out the tape measure. Oh no, Mark. Oh my gosh. So anyway, Kenny, thank you so much. I put your little gift note in the what do you call it? The Fibs book. So look at this though. Doesn't that just look lovely? Look, guys, that just looks so. Let's just have a roly moment. Oh, but anyway, so yes, I will have a little slot for each of these, Kenny, because they get used. They get used around here. All right, let's see. Put them in their little spots. Let's see, we'll put the white ones here. Well, I guess I really don't need them all in my. I'll just put one of each. I don't really need them all in the actual trays. I'll bundle them and put them on my build. Let's see here. Let's see. Where's my rubber bands? I'll put them on up here with my markers and extra pencils up on my build right there. So, hi, Kathy. How's everybody else doing coming in? I know I miss people coming in. All right, so that will go over here. I got a little slot just for them. All right, then what else do I have for show and tell? Y'all know that I backed this book comic creator, Gary Shipman's Titan. And, I showed y'all the, what do you call it? The mural room. I don't know if I can find it real quick. Let's see. In my mural room, I added here it is. I added his Titan mouse to my mural room. Painted him in on my mural room. I did a little video. Where's the little video? Did I keep the little video? Yeah, I'm sure I did. Let me back up. Where I just walked into my mural room and did a little quick video. Let's see if I can find that again. Ah, here it is. Okay, here we go. Let me start it over here. It's only 15 seconds. So anyway, he has this awesome book. If you want to see it, go on Gary Shipman on YouTube. And I was at one of his auctions and I won a giveaway. I usually don't enter giveaways, but I did enter this one. So let me take this off. So I won a giveaway and I bought one. So these are this is an original, this is a print, and then I also got a bookmark. So yeah, I was excited. I was excited to get this. Please take a moment to go and click the thumb. Thank you, Carla. Yeah, I'll take all the thumbs up y'all want to give me. Hi, Tina. Who else am I missing? Rain. Oh, hey, Suze. I look away and I'm telling you, I miss people. So I was really happy to get this. This is a print. Gary signed it in with like a gold Sharpie, gold pen. It's such a cute, it's such a cute comic. And you ought to go watch Edwin Boyette. He read some of the comic, like a couple of pages. And if y'all have heard Edwin read, he has like a deep radio voice. And he read a couple of pages of Gary's book. And then this is an original sketch right here from a sketch for the book. So I was really happy to get this. And I love the bookmark. So there's the Mouse of Might, Titan. So there we go. I'll try to remember to put the link to Gary's YouTube channel in. Well, I don't want to put it back in because I want to do something with it. So try to put the link to his Indiegogo, where I was at Kickstarter. I forget which one it is now. I backed it some weeks ago. So, but I'll put the links in the description. So if y'all want to check it out. I know, Kalora goes, Edwin's voice is awesome. I know. Let me see. I'll try to see if I can find it real quick. I showed it once before. Let me go over to YouTube. Edwin. Let's see if I can find the one. Let's see, videos. Let me find the one where he's reading it. It was a couple of weeks ago. Let's see, videos. I think he has it labeled. Was it 3 weeks ago? 4? Was it that? Not sure how far back it was where he was reading it. I thought oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Let me, so he did a video on it. Now let me kind of forward to where he's reading. Let's see. Let me turn up the.
To make an accurate reading that can pinpoint the location of the portal. At this point, we are at a standstill. Mice. I beg your pardon, sir. If I may be so bold as to speak for Lord Rasha, he is suggesting that we employ the mice to enter the gaps of the cave. The mice will never agree to it. After my dark flyers are done with them.
So go over to Edwin's channel and look for 16-page preview of Titan Mouse. And yeah, it's really cool to listen to Edwin read. And plus the story just looks awesome. And Gary's art is awesome. So yeah, there it is. So Pacola just put in Gary's Indiegogo. So he's almost done with it. He's almost done with it. So yeah, and I'm excited to get it. I'll make sure and show it when I get it. Okay. What else did I have to talk about? I was listening to, I did post a couple songs. Oh my gosh. Y'all have to go. I love this. And I know I know it touches people when they hear it. And some people like, I did be posted on Twitter. Let me go to it here. Now it's a song, so I'm only going to play like 5 seconds of it. But go look up on YouTube, Alabama Shakes, Hold On. It's got 1.9 million views. And it's oh wait, no, it's got 15 million on the official. Here's the official one. Yeah, go to, no, that's Don't Want to Fight. That's a different song. Okay, so I'm only going to play like a second or two of it. Well, let's get past the commercial. Hang on here. But go look up Alabama Shakes, Hold On. Oh my gosh, so good. But I can't play, can't play. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to fast forward it. Come on. What happened? What happened? Oh, they're trying to give me an ad. All right. Let's see if I can get this rolling here. All right. I'm going to fast forward it. I was hoping to catch it. Okay, that's all I can play, guys. That's all I can play. You only get 15 seconds of music. You only get 15 seconds of music. So anyway, I know, right, Pacola? So if y'all have not seen that video, Hold On by Alabama Shakes, oh my gosh. I mean, it's in my playlist, in my music playlist. And I just came across it yesterday. So I got to post that. That's got to encourage somebody. So I posted the link to the video on Twitter. I know, it's so good. Oh, thank you for posting Edwin's Pacola. You're like the mod on the ball. This is Pacola. Some of y'all have Pacola as a mod. You're very blessed. So let me look over here in my song playlist. Yeah, I'm all different. I like so much kind of different music. I'd love to play y'all a little bit of everything I like, but we can't do that on YouTube. But yeah, Hubster and I mean, we like classical music and just chill music. But on our phones, we have like things that just really. Let's see here. I don't know if y'all can read. Let me see. Let me see if I turn down. Maybe if I turn down the lighting, maybe you could read it if I scrolled. Let's see. No, I don't want that. Let's see. Not playing back. Hang on, guys. But there's so, and I don't listen to much music when I'm working because I'm usually listening to streamers. Um, okay, Carla, yeah. Um, I don't know if you can see some of the song, like Ace of Base, Adele, Aerosmith, Al Green, Alabama Shakes, got a couple of theirs, Allman Brothers. This is in alphabetical order. America, Horse with No Name, bunch of America, Best Day of My Life. I love that song. Anderson East, Wake Me Up, Backstreet Boys. I gotta tell you, little everything here. Bananarama, Barbara Lewis, Barry White, some Beach Boys. I'm just kind of scrolling through a few Beatles, Bee Gees, Benny King, Bernard Herrmann. If y'all like Bernard Herrmann, the from the different movies, Billy Idol, Black Eyed Peas. I'm going in. It's alphabetical. Blink, Blue Suede, Bob Marley, Bob Seger, Bobby Vinton, Booker T and the MGs. That Time Is Tight is an instrumental. Booker T and the MGs, that was my favorite song. I think it was 1968. Time Is Tight. If y'all have not heard Time Is Tight by Booker T and the MGs, love that. So I got a different couple of versions of that. Calvin Harris, the Cardigans, Carly Simon, the Chainsmokers, Cher, the Chiffons, the Coasters. Some of them are really old. Oh, lots of Creedence. Credence, Cutting Crew, David Guetta, Titanium, Hideaway. I'm just reading some songs, the Delphonics, got some of those. Dire Straits, love that Walk of Life. Don Henley, Doobie Brothers, more Doobie Brothers, Duffy, Earth, Wind, and Fire, ELO, the Magnificent Seven, the song, the music from the Magnificent Seven, some Elvis, Empire of the Sun, Engelbert, Return to Innocence, Enigma, Enya, got a bunch of Enya, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, well, I guess y'all don't want to hear every song, every song I have on here. But I'm just up to the F's. Frank Sinatra, Four Seasons, some Frankie Valli, the song Grazing in the Grass. Y'all remember that? George Benson, George McCrae, George Strait. We're not much into country and Western, but we have a couple songs we like. Here Come the Babies. Hans Zimmer. Who else do we have here? Oh my gosh. Hermits. I think Hubster picked a few of those out. I don't think I ever really liked them that much. Hootie and the Blowfish, Huey Lewis and the News. I love this song. And I know y'all are going to laugh. Here Comes the Hotstepper. How many of y'all like that? Ever listen to that? I love that song. It just makes you want to dance. Let's see. Isaac Hayes, Isley Brothers. Oh, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's the Hawaiian guy, Israel. Oh my gosh, that will make you cry. Let's see. John Barry. Who else do I have? Some Johnny Cash. Johnny Mathis. We're only up to the J's. I guess I better quit. Because I'm only up to the J's. Next time we'll go past the J's. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to make sure and do today, because I said I was going to do, we missed last week. So I want to go ahead. There's just some song ideas. Let's see. I'll make a note that we went up to the J's. Left off at J. Okay, so 1,001 Ways to Be Creative, the little book of everyday inspiration. Hey, baby. Okay. We'll pet while we read. How about that? So we've been trying to read a few of these every day. I mean, every week. So once a week, I try to bring this book out and read a few inspiration. So number 50, look at a situation in your life that you know should change. Try looking at it from completely different angles than you have previously. A creative approach may be the jolt you need. 51, invent a bedtime story. 52, seek out knowledge from schools, mentors, experts, media, nature, art, science, and philosophy. You will discover everything is connected and interdisciplinary. Okay, next, let's read a couple more since we didn't read last week. 53, the challenge each day is to be creative regardless of the conditions. 54, dare to apply creative thinking in an uncreative field of endeavor. 55, paint something in your house that could use a facelift. 56, approach every project with a let's see what happens attitude. 57, learn to laugh at yourself. 58, pretend you are the ruler of the world. Well, Janet's already got the crown for that. So, yeah, let's leave that one to Janet. 59, keep a notebook of creative epiphanies. 60, make notes about what would be fun to draw or write about. So we'll leave it there for this week. So again, that's 1001 Ways to Be Creative, a little book of everyday inspiration, Barbara Ann Kipfer. So yeah, it's just a cute little book, and I just thought we would read a little bit of it every week. So yeah, there we go. Some creative ideas. Janet goes, pretend. Oh, Janet, we love you, Janet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then Jean said I see Jean there. She said she's going to start streaming next week. Oh, we'll get to a project in a minute. Jean said she's going to start streaming next week. And she's been knitting. She's been knitting for how many years? Have you backed off for like 2 years of streaming watercolors and streaming, Jean? So we tease our Jean. We tease her that she needs to get back into some art journaling, some watercoloring, because she's been knitting. Knit. Let me find her Twitter page here. So I've been teasing her. Let me find where hang on. I'm gonna go over here. Let me go to my media, because that's where I posted. I can see it. So this is what I posted to Jean. Gina. Oh my gosh. No, just since June. So it's only going on 1 year. Okay. So it's only going on 1 year. Just saying. Okay. So Carrie Ann, has Carrie Ann come in and I missed her? If Carrie Ann did not come in, hey Matt V, how you doing? You're here for this. Matt, that's a good one. Matt's here for the scrapbooking. Oh my gosh. Well, I was going to color an Australian animal if Carrie Ann was here. But since she's not here, we can have a couple choices. Matt would probably pick inking a skull. But I'll let you guys decide. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. That needs to go in the wingnut book, Matt. Do you know what the what the wingnut book is? I'm just here for the scrapbooking. So, what the wingnut book is? Let me get it. It's a little book that we keep. We've been keeping it for at least 8-9 years. I don't even know how many years, but because we're a bunch of wing nuts, anything funny like that, quotes, cute sayings, we write it down on a Post-it note, and it gets slapped into this book. And if you go back and look at everything here, none of it makes any sense unless you were here the day that it was said. But as you can see, it's there's quite the little collection. So you made, not everybody does, Matt, but you made the Wingnut book. Bye, Jean. Okay, so let's see. I did one other thing that I did do is I pulled out, I got the little Tim Holtz little what is it called? Not an instant. I want to say InstaStack, but that's not what it was. The machine where you go to the machine and get your pictures taken, and he sells these as faux ephemera. So I've been putting some faux ephemera. We can work in an art journal too. Or we can scrapbook. No, I'm just kidding. We're not scrapbooking, Matt. I'm sorry. Matt. We're not going to scrapbook. That was too funny. So I did go through and add some little pictures. I added some of the little photo booth. Thank you, Janice. The photo booth pictures. I added a few photo booth pictures to my journal, or to my art journal here. I say journal, it's not really a journal. So I'm not journaling anything other than my imagination. I'm just journaling my imagination. I know from other art channels, just stopping by to show support. Thank you. Thank you, Matt, for stopping by. That was sweet of you. Thank you. And y'all go peruse, Matt. Go peruse. Hi, Lady Jan. Book 'em, Dano. And the Wingnut book. That's good. That's actually pretty good, Lady Jan. Book 'em, Dano. Jan. If y'all don't know Hawaii 5-0, you will not get that humor. Book 'em, Dano. Adding, and in parentheses, adding people to Wingnut. We'll put that in them. We'll put that in there, Jan. Adding it to the Wingnut book, Lady Jan. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, my plan, I had a couple of plans today. One was to maybe ink on the skull. I just painted the background so that, because it's going to be in stars in space and a nebula, some planets, the usual thing that I love to do. And Kathy Berg's idea of putting an astronaut in the eye socket like he's flying. I'm not going to probably do that on this one. I'll do it on my Digi one. The one that Cam liked it, by the way. I showed him. I said, look what I did with your skull picture. And let's see here. Let me go over to my photos. And I'm so glad Lady Jan got her quail. She took a picture. She got her quail. She got her quail and the blue jay. I'm so glad it arrived safely. Here it is. So this is the one that I took a picture of it. Took a picture of the skull and put it in Procreate, and then did some digi work on it. And I'm going to put that little astronaut like this is a spaceship, and he's piloting the skull through space. So that little, we'll put a little astronaut in there. I'm going to try to draw him. I have the stickers and stuff, but I think I'm going to try to draw a little astronaut in Procreate with the eye pencil, because I need the practice. I want to learn my digi stuff. So anyway, but I also love my traditional stuff. So I'm going to work on that. I am going to marches. Thank you to the channel supporters. I'm going to make a print of this. And let's see, what else do I got going on? What else I got on? Laser beams out the front, or you know what would be cool is to put some headlights Put some headlights like on the end, like down there by on his snout. Some headlights. We'll see. So anyway, I went through and I pulled a few of the ones I really liked. And y'all got to understand, when I'm doing these kind of stories like this, in my head I have stories. It may not be it might not be a book. It might not be a whole book, but it's a little some story in my head, right? Only 70 likes. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Matt. Yeah. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all know when we get lots of likes, I'm more apt to do giveaways. Just saying. Just saying. Hi, Coloring K. Let's see, who else am I missing? Julia, Janice G. Okay, so anyway, this is I have 2 books that I'm working on. These are the little Arteza books, little journals that you can get. You can get 2 of these or 3 of these for about, I don't know, I think they were $29 for 3 of these or 2 of these. And I really like them. They're holding up. So I've gone through and added paint or something, collage and or paint on every single page of these 2 books. And then I just go in and add things as I go. So I'll just flip through, and when I come to something, I could add something to it, tell a little bit more of a story in my head, and whatever I want to add to it. So like this, here's a little happy couple, and all the doors of their life. The doors of your life. And hi, Afro Cynthia Sensible. How you doing? Hi, Lynn J. Julia question. When I try to collage these, I always feel I'm lacking the contrast. Well, here's one thing you can do to help your collage if you're not used to doing a lot of collage. You want something, I'll say you want something to the white and black, like do opposites, or very light. It doesn't have to necessarily be white or black. It could be very like yellow and black or something like that. But you want something very light and very dark. And this is true also in your color book pages. I've said this 100 times. Okay, Matt, thank you. Okay, yeah, and Mike S. Miller's channel, yeah. For those of y'all that don't know, and I know Pacola can probably put the link in, Matt just reminded me, on Wednesday nights on Mike S. Miller's Blacklist Universe, I don't know what the topic is for tonight, but there's different artists that draw on Drawn and Quartered, and Mike picks a topic every week. Last week it was Calvin and Hobbes. And then all these comic artists will draw, it's only in black and white, no color. They will draw something in their own style and their own vibe, that theme, whatever that theme is, right? And there's usually like between 8 and 10, I think it's up to 10 that Mike can have on the channel at one time in StreamYard. And so they will draw on Drawn and Quartered, and then the audience in the chat gets to select who they think was the best artist of the night. Also, if you follow Edwin on Twitter, he will have a thread. He'll have a Twitter thread running during the show where as a non-participant, if you will, whatever you want to call yourself, you can participate in the Drawn and Quartered, not live on the show, but you can post in that thread on Edwin's Twitter. And so what happens is at the end of the night, and again, guys, it does start at 10 Eastern because Mike is on the West Coast. So it starts at 10 Eastern and runs. And so they have 2 hours to draw. Okay. So what happens is anybody that participates can post on Edwin's Twitter thread, and then the artist that participated will vote on you. and they will go through Edwin's Twitter and pick out who they think was the best person that night. So it's kind of like everybody participates, you know. It's really fun. Okay, so back to the collage. Black and white or light and dark, big and small. Okay, even if you just do these things right here, you'll have a good start. I also use a color theme. So, and by a color theme, that could mean like maybe 3 main colors, and you could always have, extra side colors or whatever, but like 3 main colors. So if you keep these like little tips in mind, if you're not used to collaging or don't collage much, it'll give you a start. Okay. Hi, Colleen. Karen. I said hi to Nana Mo, I think. Who else am I? Lisbeth. Pamela B. I know I'm missing people. So hopefully that will help. And so the other thing that I do, unless I'm doing, let me pull out a couple of my posters. I will show a couple. Let's see. All right. So unless you're doing something major, like a big, huge poster. So I'm going to unroll a couple of posters here. I just laid this down in a little ball of fur went poof. So she shed a little ball of fur over there. And when I laid this down, it went up in the air. So anyway, we've done these posters on stream before, and they are flashed out here, guys, because I have the light. I have the light really high. So anyway, and then when I do something like this, and I have a whole story in my mind. This guy right here is coming over from one dimension into another dimension. He has a scroll in his hand. There's a book theme. There's, of course, I love my space theme. So, if you do big things like that, then I only have a couple of the large ones sitting here. There's another. Trying to unroll it. These are like huge posters, right? So, sorry guys, I bumped it. And the same thing with when I work in the abandoned books. I have stories in my head of what's going on. Do we have a couple? Let's see. But yeah, the other ones are they're all kind of put away because I'm redoing my room in the big portfolios. But anyway, when I'm working in these books like this, unless I'm working on a project like an abandoned book where I'm completing the project with you guys here, but when I'm working in just an art journal like this, I'll work on this page, and I'll go work on this page. Or I'll go through my collage stuff and I see something cool. Like, all right, for instance, here's something, an example. So what's going on in this story? There's a little tear right here. There's a little tear on the paper. Either something got stuck, there was a little piece of glue or something. I didn't let it dry. Now, none of this is really sticking because the acrylic paint, matte paint doesn't stick. But look, now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he needs to be crying. He could be crying. His little tears could be going down here. Okay, so maybe that's all I'll add right now. Okay, let's see if I can permanently block these people. I'll probably have to go in. I'll probably have to go in later and permanently block. Hide user. Okay, we'll see. All right, yeah, we'll just try to do your best to get rid of the trolls that are out of school this week. I mean, maybe some schools are closed. Maybe some schools are closed because of the virus and they don't have anything else to do. So bless their heart. All right, so I think I hid that one, so nobody should be able to see that one. Okay, so anyway, you can just add little things like this as you go. So these kind of journals for me, they're not diary type journals, right? Hi, Gail. These are not like I don't keep like a diary in these. These are like little stories that I tell with collage. And I don't complete them all in one setting, very rarely. I mean, unless I'm doing a project, like I said, for you guys here. Like, all right, hang on, let me pull it out. In our abandoned book, let me just find one here. Okay, so here's one that's done and finished. So in my mind, I have a whole story with this, right? And I will try to complete something like this here on the stream so that we have a completed project. But when I'm working by myself, here's another one that's complete. When I'm working by myself and just in my own personal journals like these, I don't finish necessarily. I mean, I might, but I don't necessarily finish a page in one sitting. Okay. I'll go here and I'll, oh, and the other thing on these books is the color. If you'll notice, there's like 2 or 3 main colors on the page. And so I work around, I'll start like in these 2 books, I started with just collage bits. So like this, some orange and some teal. Then I went in and painted the backgrounds to make it all cohesive with the paint. And then I'll go back in and add details. Okay, so I went through and said, I want to use some of these little, because I really like these little photo booth pictures. So I went through and I picked out, what I did is I went through and picked out about, I don't know, I think I've maybe 8 or 10 of them that I liked. I picked out about 8 or 10 that I liked. And I picked the one that reminded me of Jean in here too. And what I do when I use them in a book like this so that it makes the book not so thick is I'll peel off the back. So this makes this very thin. All right, it makes it very thin. That's the same thing if you use any kind of greeting cards or any kind of, like, let's just say, hang on. Let's just say you wanted to use this little sloth. It's like a cardstock. This one's not too thick, and it may not need to do it with this, but I'm going to try. So you just peel off, and you got to do it careful because you can tear these if you're not careful, because this one's not that thick. And if you peel off the back, it will add less bulk to your journal. Not that that matters most of the time for us. We don't mind fluffy. Let's see if I can peel this off here. And just take a minute to peel the back off to make your element thinner. Let's see, I'm going to try to get that little tree so I don't tear that tree up. Let's see, there we go. But especially if you're using any kind of cards or anything like that, just be careful and take off some of the excess bulk. There we go. Like that. So that's a lot of bulk right there. Can you sand the back? I don't know why why would you want to sand the back? These aren't stickers, Artful. I think you're thinking of stickers. These are not stickers. These are just cardstock elements, right? I'm trying to make them thinner, trying to make it thinner. So that's what I did is I kind of peeled these off. So I went through and found a few that I liked and added them. Oh, if you can't peel the back, that's more work than I would do. If I couldn't peel the back, I'd find something else to use or just use it thick. If I couldn't peel the back off, I would just probably use it thick. I don't spend a lot of time on those kind of things. If it gets annoying, then I'll either move on or just slap it down thick. That's just me. I don't work too hard at this. But anyway, so if I have look at this one, he happens to be orange. Now I do have a sloth. No, I have lemurs on here. I don't have a sloth. I should draw a sloth. But anyway, I might like him in here. So, and I might like it first off because of the color. And I'm thinking, oh, this story, could it use a sloth? And the stories just come to you when you start adding things. The stories will just come to you. So I'm going to add some tacky glue here. And when I glue things down, I try. Let me take a sip of juice, guys. I try to put the glue to the edge so I don't have any little edges flipping up, you know. And I don't want him hanging from, he's supposed to be, I think, hanging down from the tree branch, but I'm going to make him like flying in the wind, right? So just go through, by Arlene, just go through your book. And, you know, if you have a bunch of new ephemera, stickers, postage stamps, whatever kind of ephemera you like, just flip through your book. Like, you know, maybe have a few things sitting out. Flip through your book and see if you can add to your story. This is more about play for me than anything. You know, like I said, my finished projects of this kind are done on stream with you guys, and I try to finish it because, you know, we're trying to finish a project. But when I'm working in these journals, it's just whatever I want to do. So on this one, I started adding, I think this is when I got my new, not Posca, but the Arteza paint pens. And I said, oh, I want to play with my Arteza paint pen. So I found a page, started just doing a bunch of circles around the border. You know, this one doesn't really have much of a story yet. Of course, I love my elements of time. My watch hands are out directing things in my time worlds, in my dimensional worlds. But here's another one. Okay, so this one I picked, this grumpy little guy. Sorry, guys. This grumpy little guy I picked because of him. I love this little image. This was an image on some wrapping paper that my daughter Annie sent me, wrapped. And this was an image on the wrapping paper that I put in here. But look how they go. See how they go together? Look at that. Like, that's really him. And this just reminded me of maybe a 1920s type, maybe 1930, this is like an old bar or something. And, you know, the old kind of hanging down kind of radio that the boxers would have in the ring. That's what this kind of reminded me of. Bye, Artful. So again, then this little illustration was on that wrapping paper too. I think it's supposed to be Willie Nelson. They had different little musicians on this paper. I think that's Willie Nelson. There's one that had the Beatles, and I just love that wrapping paper. So I went through and pulled out different little cutouts of that wrapping paper to put. Oh, I miss Tori. Hi and bye, Tori. Thanks, guys, for the thumbs up. So I'm just going to we're just kind of doing whatever today. I was hoping to see Carrie Ann, but, you know, it's hard to guess what time she's awake in Australia. So as you can see, like, look, see the color? Pinks, purples, green and blue, you know, orange and, you know, kind of bluey purples. So it's kind of, I just kind of play more with color in these and then just build up stories as I feel like it. It's like an aquarium type thing. And I love doors. You know, here's some more musicians here from that wrapping paper. Hi, Devin. How you doing? I think I said hi to Gail, Karen G, Pamela B. I know I'm missing people. Here's the Beatles. See, there's some little illustrations of these different musicians on that wrapping paper. So I picked them to go on this page because of the colors. And then I can build up a story, but I have a color theme that makes it cohesive. You know, it has a color theme. And then, of course, these right here, this circle that I cut out here, these are the Dina Wakley little pieces of paper here little Dina Wakley. And then this door frame here is from Catherine Anderson's Book of Doors. These Asian girls are from, I think these are from my one of the washi. No, this one's not a washi page. Not a washi. Not a origami. I was thinking this is from an origami paper, but it's not. It's from something else. And so again, look, see, I've got little mountains and hills. And then as you look at it and play with it for a while, you can start building up landscapes. And for me, it's as I'm working, the story is evolving, the story's evolving for me as I'm going, a lot of people, I think, like writers, and I like to write some. I mean, like story writing. I like to write some, but for me, it's the visuals. It's the visual. I want to be able to tell the story with pictures more than with words. So all right, so I put these colors down. This is just some Asian paper here. I picked that because of the color. I picked that washi tape because of the color. I picked this, I think that's a Tim Holtz. That's from his, that distress pad in the background there. And I put this door on here, and then I came across the little rub-ons from Jane Davenport. And on those just like 3 little spots, I can't even really read. I think it might be the colors. It may be the colors of those little circles there. That's so small I can't read it. So, but what I'm thinking of, okay, so I'm going to try to like rethink what I was thinking. I'll try to rethink. Most of the time, and I say this all the time, when I'm doing these kind of collage, build a world kind of stories, I like to leave it to everybody's imagination to see what they see in it. And that's like when I see Salvador Dali or any surrealism, I like to make up my own stories about what's going on, regardless of whether Salvador Dali had a certain story in his mind, whether he told that story to anybody and everybody's got it written down. Oh, he meant this with the melting clocks, and he meant this with the whatever, right? Regardless of whatever he meant for the story, when I'm looking at a piece of his art, I'm making up my own story. And that's what I like people to do with my collage worlds or my abandoned book collage mixed media worlds. I like you to make up your own stories. Let me pull that back in. Let me just kind of, let me flip through a couple here. I'll just flip through a couple. Regardless of whatever I made in that world, you might see something totally different. Let me get to some finished pages here. You might see and think and imagine something. Hi, lady. Sorry, guys. I got to keep my voice. I got to keep drinking some juice here. You might see and think and visualize something totally different. And that's fine. That's why I don't explain a lot. I don't explain a lot of what I was purposing in my head to do. Because I want you to create your own use your own imagination. Just like I think that the surrealist or, any kind of abstract or surrealism art, they're wanting you to visualize your own vision. Tell your own story based on what you see. A clock might mean one thing to me, and it might mean something different to you. Waves, water, planets, stars, they may mean one thing to me, but they could mean something totally different to you. So not many of them are completely done and varnished. But all right, here. I'm going to start. Now I'm going to get in teacher mode. Jean's left, and now I'm going to get in teacher mode. Let me find this one here. So when I saw this one, I do have copies of the book. Thank you to the subbies and subscribers and channel fibs. that have sent me duplicates of most of my abandoned books. I think I have about 16 of them that I have copies of them. I'm trying to find this page. Hang on. I thought I had it marked, but I guess I don't. Hang on, guys. Not sure how far back. Okay, four more pages. Okay. So when I saw this, okay, when I saw this in the book, I might color. There's this one little lonely guy in this whole vast abandoned, not sure whatever the place is. Here, I could look it up, but anyway, there's this one little guy, lonely, and he's in this vast, flat, nothing world. I said, we got to make him a world. We got to build him something. So that's why I did this. So the only thing that's really left of the original is him. I kept the little guy and some of the sand around him right there and built him a whole world. And so whether this world means anything to you, it means something to me and him. So you can see all these different stairs and all this kind of like a little maze, and it's kind of like a little, and then there's the entrance there. Here's some paths over there, and you can just see what all's going on. But anyway, so when I'm doing these, I have stories in my head, but I want you to be able to kind of invent your own stories in your own head. Hi, Jersey. And I just showed some of these last week, so don't email me. You just showed those last week. Hi, Faithful. So in this one here, when I looked at this picture, and by the way, I'm giving Kieran Connolly a shout out, and I have sent him an original page, and he always acknowledges when I do work in his books, and I always give him credit. I always show the covers of his books and stuff like that. So he doesn't mind me altering his pages. And so anyway, this place right here, these little tipped over huts, they're like little tipped over huts, look like metal detecting. They look like they were little metal detectors detecting with little, grass skirt outfit things on. And so I said, well, this also looks like a bridge. And y'all know me. I like my bridges. I like my water, my mist, my space, my planets, my nebulas, my clocks. I'm trying to think of all the symbols that I like. I said, this would be so cool if they were metal detecting across a bridge going into a city in space. So that's what I did. So I blacked out everything and turned that into space. Lots of mist and nebulization going on. But the little metal detector guys are all still there. They're really just they're turned over umbrellas, guys. They're little turned over umbrellas. But anyway, so while I was doing all this and this over here, I said, well, we need to have a reason they're doing this. So there's an exploding planet. I love my science fiction. I grew up reading science fiction, so I love me, Heinlein and Asimov and all the old school science fiction. Time travelers. Time travel is one of my favorite themes. So let's see what else here. And this one is one, like I said, this one's got a whole story to her. Here we go again with, this is what the picture was. I just saw a bridge. Again, another bridge going across the dimensions. So here's the bridge going from land to space. So I put that in. So there's the whole picture revolved around this little bit right here. This right here, this whole picture revolved around that. Hi, Yvonne. You can see. Oh, thanks, guys. Well, we started talking about collage, and I was showing my art journals, and the kind of different kinds of things that I do. I do the posters. I do these abandoned books, altered abandoned books. But I like my art journals. So what I'm trying to say is the stories in them might mean something totally different to me than it would to you, but that's what I like. Okay, this one is an example of when you have, if you're doing if you're doing an altered book and you have multiple pictures on one page, like this page had 4 pictures. So it's like you can either paint them completely out, or you can try to paint them all in and make it one cohesive story. And so that's what I try to do. I tried to make these 4 pictures into one world. And this is what I've come up with, so at least so far. So this is the world that I'm world building. And there is technique to some of it. I'm not suggesting that everybody can paint waves and water and mountains and smoke and all that without practice, or throw stars and make a nebula. There are techniques. It's just like, any other mediums that you pick up. If you have to practice, if I've done hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of collages. The first collage I did not look like this, but I love it, so I'll stick with it. And that's my philosophy, if you will, on getting good at something. If you don't like it, you're not gonna succeed at it, because you're not gonna practice. You're not gonna do hundreds, if not thousands of pieces. You're not gonna spend time, money. You're not gonna buy bottles and bottles and bottles of golden matte medium if you don't like collage, right? You're gonna think, what a waste. I don't want to spend my money on matte medium. What? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Faithful Mess did. I will look that up, Faithful. I saw it. Now I gotta reimagine. I mean, I'm trying to remember exactly what all was on there. Let me go to Faithful here. I saw it on IG. Hang on. Faithful. So by critique, what you mean is, what do I interpret? Is that what you're trying to say? My interpretation, rather, you're not telling me to critique your work. You want me to look at the what story do I see? So here's Faithful Mess's collage. Maybe I should get the iPad. Might be a little hard to see. Might be a little hard. I'll wait till I can move it. I'll move this book, and let's just see what she was meaning. There's a difference between interpreting your work and critiquing your work. There's a difference. Hi, Preppy Crafty Girl. Hi, Jennifer. So anyway, if you love collage, you're going to work at it, right? You're going to work at it. And I have stories for these in my head, but it's not so important as to me telling you. I was thinking of making the beads, little planets flying down. Okay, I'll look at it. Hang on, Faithful. I'll look at it and tell you what my story is on your piece. Okay. And sometimes you got to really sit there and look at it and think about it. Use your imagination, take your time. That's why when you're going to a museum and you're staring at a painting, or you see people staring at paintings, that's what they're doing. They're looking at it and seeing, well, what story is in this? What does it speak to me? What's it saying to me? Regardless of whether Salvador Dali or whoever meant that or not, So I can tell you, every little thing of what I'm thinking about each of these meanings are. But isn't it more fun for you to look at it yourself and use your imagination and see what you see in it? Because different things might mean different things to you. Here's a bridge to Big Ben. I've never even been to the UK. So this is going to mean something totally different to a person that lives in the UK, knows the history of Big Ben, probably Big Ben being I think the bell, but that's what everybody calls the tower, and it's going to mean something totally different to you than it might to me. Let's see. Let's pick a couple more. This is one of my favorites. I love this, and what I really love. I mean, I like the story I have of the mist and stuff going through, but for me personally, I like the technique of the mist. I love the way the pencil work went in this. I was so happy with the paint and pencil work that for me, the story in this one is secondary. For me, now if you're a viewer and you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh, I really, I see this and I'm imagining that. But in this particular case, let me go to the original here. Here we go. So this is what I started with. And I knew I wanted mist and smoke and like a spirit world in this house, right? See, look there. Barbara thought it was water. So, see what I'm saying? It's a lot of what you see in it. But for me, when as I was working on it, and then these little newel posts here, I thought those would be nice little holograms, like in my head, you'd wave your hand over these, and you would see something different, like a holodeck, right? And so what I wanted to do was make these look like you could wave your hand over them and different things would happen. Okay. But in this case, after it was said and done, I just liked the way the mist turned out. I just liked the way that I did the actual piece, right? But look closely at the little newel things. See? They're little worlds there. It's like a little ball, a little globe, if you will. And I imagine that you put your hand over it and you're changing this world. Put your hand over that one, it might go back, So it's just whatever. It's just whatever. But in this particular case, I like the way the pencil work turned out. Okay. Let's see. I'm talking the stories right now. Okay, so here's an example of, all right, this is what we started out with on this page. The orbs. Yeah, the orbs. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Nanamo. So this started out as this, and I turned it into this. I added a castle on the hill. Then I started building it. Now, this was not here the last time I showed this. Okay, I had to go into this book for something, and I said, oh my gosh, I remember on a cat calendar page, those colors. And so I went through my cat calendar, one of those little cat calendars, and I remembered this picture. I said, that picture's got to go on that page. Now, I haven't decided how I want to, either blend it in, fade it in. I haven't decided that yet, but I knew this picture had to go on this page. And when I put it right here and the tree mashed up. See, this is the thing about collage. People that are collage artists will tell you is the magic is when you put a piece down and it matches up with something. It just like melts. It melts. It goes on that page. Poster, the mist one. Yeah, see, I don't do that. I don't do these for sale. These are just for me. I don't do these to sell or make posters or anything like that out of. Now, what I would do, I can tell you what I would do is if I use, and this is what I used to do with my collages before I got so busy. I'll pull one of these back out to show you again. Hang on, let me see if I can dig one out quickly. Let me see if I can find one. Because these are in other journals, and I don't have the collage right in front of me. What did I do with this one? I thought I had this one. Hang on. Well, okay. Well, I'll just show you what I mean. So, and I've shown the original collage of this before, but I don't have it in front of me now. I don't even remember which art journal it's in. But anyway, so I would take a collage that I've done and I would do a painting of it. So like this. This is based off of a collage. And it's just an acrylic painting on a board. And there's no collage on any of this. So what I would do is I would take my collages and turn them into paintings like this, based on, can you see the little spaceship right there? Based on my collage. Not that I'd have to copy it exactly or anything, but it would be like, this would be like my sketch. This would be like my sketch to do a painting of it. Okay. But I don't have time to do this anymore. Or I'd either have to stop streaming or quit doing commissions. There's, just only so much time in the day. So anyway, so when I saw that cat, I knew that cat picture had to go on here. So anyway, but I don't sell these. If I liked what I did here, I would use it as a basis for a painting, right? I'd use it as a basis for a painting. All right, here's another one. I added this cat to this page. Let me see if I can show you an original here on this one. So this is what it started out as. And it's a ghost town. Of course, a lot of things affect your creativity in like I said, I grew up reading spy novels, science fiction. I grew up reading that stuff and love that kind of stuff. So my imagination has, that is incorporated in my vision, right? And so I look at this, I think this is an old ghost town, deserted. So what's going on? Who can see what's going on out here? If you were the viewer, see, that's why I don't put too many people in my stuff. I do occasionally, and I'll throw some people in here or there, but I want you to be the person in the story. Thank you, Carla. Yeah. Okay, so if you're just looking at this, take a minute, think about it. What could this mean? If you were standing here and you knew this town was deserted, and you grow up with your zombie movies or your science fiction movies, exploding worlds, crashing UFOs. And now I'm just talking the science fiction one. Of course, a lot of time travel books I read. I grew up reading books on time travel, Heinlein, Asimov, those kind of things. And so my imagination is, I think about those things more than say, a kid today might only think of zombies. They may have never thought of time travel because they never read about it or heard about it or imagined it, right? But when you've done it, when you've read and stuff about it for, 50 something years, it's in you. Just like I never cared much for not fantasy. What science fiction kind of went off onto more fantasy kind of things. For instance, let's just say you had a unicorn in space. I just never care for that kind of stuff. Unicorn in space, it's just not. That's just not where my head is. But, a 13-year-old today might think that's really something and really cool and grow up reading those stories, fantasy stories like that. So they're going to be more influenced by that kind of imagination. But in my world, there's an exploding world going on right above this. Maybe this mist right here in this dry desert is being seeded by a star. This is all going away. So is a new world starting? Are we going to take this old ghost town? Are we going to recreate it? Are we going to make it into a new world? Is something going to start? What could start here? These little signs here, could they have been tombstones or, marking grave markers? And now what? Do we want zombies coming out of there or do we want something else? You see? So that's what I do when I think. I take this and I know some basic things that I like. So I take the things that I like space, time travel, time. I like mist, water, bridges, doors, architecture, because architecture can be doors and windows and opportunities to other dimensions. So I use those elements. Let's see here. So here's this one here, the first one. I think this was the first one I did in this book. So it started as a dilapidated back alley in an abandoned city. It's all just, remember guys, if y'all want to talk to me, put it in caps. I'm not anti-unicorn. And hang on, Faithful, I'm going to look at your piece. I'm not anti-unicorn. It's just that I just don't envision them in my world. Love you, Faith. So anyway, here's a dilapidated, and see, I love abandoned things because I can imagine them becoming something else, right? I can imagine them becoming something else. So this old abandoned building in an old alley. And, okay, I'll give you an example. It probably didn't come to me while I was making this, but did y'all ever see the Star Trek, the original Star Trek with, Captain Kirk, the real, the William Shatner, the Doc. And this was one of my favorite Star Treks. I can't think the name. Hubster would know right off the bat the name of it, and maybe one of you do. Where he goes back and he meets Joan Collins. He goes back to 1930, 1931, right before Hitler. And he meets Joan Collins. She's works in a like a Salvation Army kind of soup kitchen thing. I forget the name of that one right off. Anyway, so they're on this planet. This is how far this all goes. Anyway, they're on this planet and they have this arch. There's this, or maybe it's a circle. It's like one of those stone circles that Outlander girl went through. She went through one of those stone circles and went back in time. So anyway, they're on this planet, they're researching this planet, and this big stone circle starts talking to them. And they look in that stone circle and they can see time moving. They see time moving, right? And the doctor sitting on the edge of forever. Thank you, Lady Jan. That is my very favorite. Well, yeah, I'd say it's my top two, the city on the edge of forever. And so of the original Star Trek, I have my favorites, the one with Picard. I have a favorite with that one. But anyway, so the doc has he had a disease or he got a shot accidentally or something. Anyway, he was kind of freaked out and he jumped through that portal and went back to 1929, 30, something like that. And during that time, when they're back in time, there's a scene where like an old bum or a drunk, that's probably not politically correct, an alcoholic down on his luck in an alley, was in this alley. It was all torn up. He found one of the what do you call it, the communicators, or not the communicator, but the phaser gun, and he's flipping it over and looking at it, and he turns it over and he turns it on. Well, what he ends up doing is, dissolving himself, right? He dissolves himself with that phaser. So saying all that, when I saw this picture, that alley came to my mind. So I'm trying to explain to you how I'm thinking about stuff when I'm making these worlds. So I don't remember if that is exactly on this particular page, but that's how I think. That's how it works. Those whole scenes can go through my head, and then I'm thinking, that's this alley. That's this alley. So if they were here in this alley and Star Trek something happened, or a phaser, or what if it was a prism? What if it was a prism of color? A prism of color came through here and recreated this world. Well, that's what happened. A prism hit this world. See, now y'all never going to ask me. You're never going to ask me again. What were you thinking when you were making that? Y'all never going to ask me that question again. But yeah, so anyway, here's a prism that is, it's like kind of disguised as a meteor, but it's a prism. Anyway, so I said all that because when I'm working in these, I'm recreating something, right? I'm recreating a world that's been abandoned into something else. But when you work in a journal, and I showed all my other journals like last week or the week before, the ones that are like this, that I start with a blank. These start with a blank page. And these are the covers, but these start with blank pages, and then I'll turn them into something. This was the last one we did this one last week. We start with a blank page instead of an abandoned place. Now, if you're just starting collage, I recommend starting with a book, like a coffee table book, that has something in it. It doesn't have to be abandoned. It doesn't have to be an abandoned kind of book because not everybody likes that. Some people like gardens, pets, birds, Italy, Savannah. You want to play in a book that you like the topic. Because if you start working in a book and you don't like abandoned places, you are not going to finish that book. You're certainly not going to work in 16 of them like I got going on, right? You're not going to do it because you don't love it enough. So you have to find a theme you like. Not everybody likes space. Not everybody likes science fiction, right? Not everybody likes water, Do you have all the abandoned books? Yeah, I have the castle one. I've worked in. I don't know that I have all of them. Gaga Toots. I have about 16. I think I have about 12 of them, and then I have duplicates too. But I can't say I have every one. I know there's an abandoned. I have one on World War II, but I know there's several. There's several on World War II. I don't have all those. I like the occasional mechanical one because I can use it as like a mech kind of thing. When it has tanks and guns, I can use it for mechanicals, but do I want to do 10 books like that? No, So anyway, you have to pick a book of a theme that you like. Maybe you like gardens. There's plants, gardens. Every city in the world has a book on them. So pick something that you like that you're going to enjoy working in, right? No, I don't put napkins in these, Cheryl. The only book that I use the napkins in is my napkin journal. And there's a couple reasons why I do that. In my napkin journal, I just like to, when I am doing napkins, it just usually goes in here just because it's already a napkin journal. The other thing about a napkin journal is I don't want to say it doesn't stick per se, but the texture of the napkin can make it faux stick, if you will. I don't know if that's the word, but it's just a different, see that right there? The pages did not stick together, but the texture of the napkin is like Velcro. It works like Velcro, right? And I know I could varnish them and do other things with them, but my napkin journal is just something, it's just different. It's just a different journal, right? So this is all done with a base of napkins, decorative napkins. Some have color book pages added, just different things. But this is what I use for, whenever I do a napkin journal or use napkins, this is what I usually work in is this. Okay, so let's see. So back to these little journals like this, what I'm playing in these, again, they may end up with a completed some kind of world. Yeah, we're on a rabbit trail. We love those too. But in this case, these are blank journals like that one I just showed you. And usually I start with collage elements, and they don't even have to be a thing. Look, this is a torn piece of paper. That's another torn piece of paper. That's a different scrapbook paper. That's a piece of washi tape. And then here's a door from Catherine Anderson's door book. There's a little rub on. So what I was going to show you on this is so far in my head, first off, it's color related. So the colors all make the thing cohesive. It's the colors that make the thing cohesive. Now, before I do that, let me go over to IG, and I want to look at Faithful's picture here. And let me turn the light down just to. I should probably go and get it on the iPad because it's going to be kind of tiny. Turn the light down. Let's see if I can see her piece here. So this is a collage that Faithful Mess did. I'm going to try to kind of zoom around it. So look, there's a necklace there of beads, which to me is either planets or some kind of a rolling stone meaning to that. She's got water coming down over here through the valley. She's got this big element back here that some well, maybe it's jewelry. I'm not sure what the piece. I'm not sure what some of the actual elements were that she uses, but it has a pearl in it. So this to me, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, all right. So here's this valley. There's this world here. This thing's going on this side. This is your foreground. This is where I'm standing. And here's what I'm thinking, Faithful. There's a valley here. There's a lot to go through. There's a lot of territory. There's a lot of territory to cover before you get to the pearl of great price, the city on the edge of forever. So there's your destination. There's your goal. Now, are we going to be distracted and go this direction? It looks pretty. It looks promising. But I bet if we went down that path, that's going to take us a long way around. Should we follow the obvious path? Do we want to go down this valley? You know, what's this flower right here? Is this, is this important? Is it glowing? This flower glowing, is it glowing? Is it leading the way? Is that a directional? Is that a compass? Is that a flower compass? Are those petals showing direction? Is each petal showing north, south, east, west, northwest, southwest, east? Do I follow those petals? Are those little planets? Are those little planets in the middle of that compass? Is that a whole nother universe right there? See how I'm thinking? That's all the things going through my mind, Faithful, as I'm looking at your piece. I love it. One of the things I love about it is it's color cohesive. She used 2 or 3 shades of green and turquoise. Now there's some dark browns in there, some grays in the back, a little blue gray here, but look how the colors make it cohesive. See how the colors make it cohesive? Yeah, it's a whole world, a whole story. I love this. I think I'm going to keep that. I think I'm going to keep that piece in my Oh, but anyway. So, and see how you different people in the chat are saying different things they see. You see? They're seeing different things. And so that's one of the things that I love about, surrealism and things that have a lot of hidden meanings to them, because it could mean something totally different to you when you were creating it, Faithful. But because I see that's you're going to see in things like this what's inside of you. You're going to see things inside of you. It brings out things out of you, right? Gail. So anyway, I love the colors in that. Just the colors in that world in and of itself. Oh, and the other thing, let's analyze this some more. Wait a minute, let me go back. Let's do a little more analyzing. She has far and near. She has a middle ground. She has a far and near, close and far. She has large and small. The composition, she has things going around this way. It's drawing my eye into the composition. The little river going right through over here, but it's not exactly in the center. But you can tell it's, and which is good. But you can tell it's leading back up to here. Something's going on back here. We got to find that. We got to go there. We got to go there. So there's light and dark. There's big and small. There's far and near. You see, when you have a lot of opposites, in collage, it makes it more impactful. You don't have to have that. I mean, there's people who have collage with 3 elements. You know, it just depends on the kind of collage you like. I like the storytelling type of collage. And I know I've talked y'all's heads clean off. And probably, you know, I don't know. There's still a few of you here. Hi, Fly. How's it going? Yeah. Y'all say hi to y'all say hi to Daniel, Fly Fox Pro. Follow him. We're just talking about storytelling in our art. Well, specifically in collage. Okay, so now I've got some color thing going on here. I got a story starting, but here's where the story really started. I have this door. I have this, you know, you can call it a portal, a door, a window, a direction, whatever, that draws you into this. And I have these 4 little planets up here. Now, really all they are is 4 paint splotches with the names under them. But because I can't even read the names, to me, it's like you could name them the planet, whatever planet. Maybe somebody's taking a picture of it. You're looking through this. You're standing back here, right? You're standing back here looking at this. You're in it. You're in it to win it. So anyway, and I see this is really far away. Maybe this is an eclipse. This planet, when it eclipses, it doesn't get smaller and bigger and, like the moon does, where you see it. In this case, this eclipse the planet changes colors. So now we have an eclipse with a planet that changes colors at the rotation of the worlds. See? And that's just in my head. It's going to be something totally different to you. And of course, it's not done. None of these in this book are done. None of it. It's all in progress. So I can just kind of stop and build a world. Like there's this guy here. Oh, she's crushing on this guy here. This lady here. Now, he's got a bunch of flowers. But is that really a thing of flowers, or is that a magic wand? Is that a magic wand he's got? Is he going back in time, or is she coming forward in time? See? just roll with it, people. Roll with it. And if you're one that you think, oh, I'm going to forget that, write it down. That's why you can have a writing journal as well. Okay? So you can have a writing journal and a visual journal at the same time. They don't have to have the writing on this page, right? You can have a story going on another piece of paper. So yeah. So what is he thinking there? Is that a bundle of flowers he's trying to, court her with? Or is he a magician with a magic wand? Is he going back in time, bringing her into time? Or is she coming into the future? Did he draw her into the future? Yeah. And in the meantime, I got all this world I can work with. Got all this. I can make this anything I want. Right? I think people just get afraid. Okay, so this is the little girl that I used in another collage. I used this in another collage and I called it the Pouty Jean. But here's in my imagination, here's this girl in this moment in time. Maybe I'll end up with a watch or a clock here. Maybe I'll have hands of time coming out. There could be space. There could be water. There could be hills. There could be a city. Anyway, and there she is later. She may have been a miserable little girl. Maybe she had some things happen to her. She was sad, lonely. who knows what happens. But here, this is how she ended up. Now, what happened to her? What happened to her that she became this happy person? You know, you can make a story up about her. You can just leave it to people's imagination. Okay, so let's see. Okay, here's another one. This was off that paper, wrapping paper, and they just had to go together. Again, this is one of the Tim Holtz photo booth guys, but I put them together. Now, what else is going on here? Well, we'll wait and see. This has some text right here, and it's kind of like this light doorway, but I can so easily see. Let me get something to write with here. This being some kind of a staircase. Okay. So I can start painting in some other things. Is this interesting to anybody? Please tell me if you're bored silly. Yeah, I think it's Ozzy too. But who's this guy? See? Again, I started working on painting these kind of tree elements here. It's a little girl in the tree right there. And big clock here. You could, I might end up having here. I'm going to need a ruler. Okay. And then there's these little girls in this washi tape here. Maybe this goes, well, I'm always hesitant when a watch hand or time hits somebody in the head. I'm always hesitant to put it going through their head because I was like, that just doesn't look good, That just doesn't look good. So anyway, so again, all based on starting, it all starts with just collage glued on. But I have color themes in mind. And then I go back and play with the paint. Then I go back and add some more elements. Go back and, turn it into some kind of a world. There's this little bird. I had a little bit of the bird was on the rub-on was torn. There was only a little bit of the rub-on left. So I put the rub-on on that mountain. Okay. Now, and I know I've probably told the story a couple of times about the story of how long is eternity. Now, I'm not going to get into, your religions and stuff like that. But I'm just tell this story about people that believe in the afterlife. How long is eternity? You think forever, you think, oh, I'm going to live forever. It's going to be forever. Eternity. It's a long time. So there's a story, and I don't remember who told us years ago that I heard this, but there was a story about a bird that once a year would go sharpen his beak on Mount Everest. Once a year. Go fly to Mount Everest, sharpen his beak on the top, fly away. Come back a year later, sharpen his beak, fly away. And the story goes that after Mount Everest was worn down to the ground flat by the bird sharpening his beak, every year would not even start eternity. Doesn't that just give you chill bumps? Think about it. That's a long time, people. That's a long forever, right? So anyway, that's what's behind my mind with this bird. Now, do I want a little thought bubble there, something him thinking about that, like maybe put forever in there? Let me get a small. That may be too big. Let's see. Put the little forever in there with 3 dots. Thanks, Devin. So anyway, again, let me flip. Oh, here's another. Now this picture, I gotta tell y'all, and I mean this in a good way. Not don't take this like, oh, she's that old picture. This reminds me of Lindsay, the frugal crafter. If she lived in the 30s, if Lindsay Crafter was alive in the 30s, I think that's her right there. Look what the hair do, but look, it looks like Lindsay the frugal crafter. Of course, she has red lipstick on and stuff like that. It's hard to see. Does that resemble her too, or is it just me? See, it might just be me. But that looked like Lindsay the frugal crafter. So this is my Lindsay page. Okay, let's see. Just a resemblance, right? So this one had this, I had put this piece of paper on here. I don't know if it's just an old building, but because of this rail right here, reminded me of a playground. Like this is just a rail, but it reminded me of one of those spinning things that they don't have in playgrounds anymore because a kid might fall off and bump his head. But we had them growing up. And so this kind of reminded me of an old school. All this trash is all built up in the school. And then this is like one of those it just was reminding me of a play yard, an old school. And so I put the boy and his dog there, an old boy and his dog picture. Add a ponytail and some glitter. So anyway, and I love stairs. I love doors, windows, portals. Look right here. That's a whole world back there, baby. That's a whole world back there. And then here is, I think is it Benny King? Who's the one that did, no, not Benny King. Who's the one that does the dancing lights? Remember in Back to the Future? Remember in Back to the Future when Michael J. Fox was imitating him on the school stage? What's his name? No, not Jerry Lee Lewis. He danced like this. Can y'all imagine him? Maybe I'm just too old for you guys. Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry. This reminded me of Chuck Berry. Well, this is Chuck Berry's mama over here. Chuck Berry's mama over here in the heavens looking down on her son. And here's like, I don't know, this is kind of like a priest figure of some kind. I don't know who this is supposed to be, but it just reminded me of a priest collar. Not that they're, I don't know. It just reminded me of that. So it's just kind of like I started making the story about Chuck Berry, his mama in heaven. And there's this like, priest figure in here. And then there's the love, the heart, See? So I just make up these stories, right? And then this one is I painted in this lemur. So again, here's where it's evolved even more. So where I'm actually painting in something like animals or whatever. So this little guy here, I don't know what musician that was supposed to be, but this reminded me of Hidden in Plain Sight is what's in my head. So I'm going to make this banner here and it's going to say Hidden in Plain Sight. And when I came across this little kid and I was tearing the back off of the card, it tore him. I thought, but that's good. He's hidden in plain sight. So I put the kid, both halves of him there. Oh, look, guys. Malibu, sweetie baby. Oh, so cute. So cute, baby girl. Just the sweetest one. Just the sweetie. Purring. Okay. She's purring really loud. Sorry, I had to show y'all that. I had to show you. So anyway, that's kind of going on this one. Again, this is one of the little vintage girls. And she has a ribbon in her head, but on her hair, but it looks like a bird. So I'm going to put a bird on it. And I know y'all know the story of you can't stop the birds from flying over your head, but you can stop them from making a nest. So what that means is you might have thoughts. A thought might come to you, but you don't have to keep that thought. You don't have to build a nest. You don't have to build a nest for that thought, right? Yes, pause for pause. So yeah, just different things going on here. So this guy he just fit right in here. I don't know why. I just liked him. I liked his, maybe it was his hat, went well with the stars. So I put this guy right here. And he's going in this world. You want that ribbon, baby? You want that ribbon? You just want that ribbon? So again, this little girl lady with the hat. So there's just different, different things going on in the different worlds. And I just keep my wax paper handy. And these books, these Arteza books, also all come with a plastic pocket in the back. So that is this book. That's the progress in this one. And then in this one, you want that ribbon? You can have that ribbon right there. There you go. You can play with that ribbon. And then the little one is the same way. I just don't have as much done in it. Oh, and this was, I used the stamp set of the whole alphabet. I just inked the whole set of the acrylic stamp set and then just stamped it because I wanted floating letters in the background of this. So I just used the stamp set and stamped it in there. So this is the same kind of thing. This one's just doesn't have as much stuff going on in it yet. Thanks, guys. She got bored. She left. So again, this is going to have, see, I'll start with maybe just something like that. Or this. I've already added paint to this one. The red and yellow, I added the paint. Like this is paint. But like look at this little, this maybe could be a mom and daughter right here. So we got this mom and daughter. Trim it down just a little. Got a mom and daughter. And again, I'm taking off the backing to make it, you got to be careful so you don't tear it like I did that little boy, but it makes it thinner so your book doesn't get as thick. Okay, so I'm going to add them in here. So this is just kind of, maybe I should title this a Society of Idea Collectors Pacola, because that's kind of what we're doing, showing different ideas. Do you wear hats? No, I have on occasion for occasions, but I don't really wear hats. I have Wolfie. Y'all know Wolfie, right? My big faux fur. Don't email me. Wolf hat. All right, so I'm going to put them over here because this is like, I'm thinking that if they're mother and daughter, look, there's a hand reaching. There's a hand reaching through the door to the mother and the daughter. It just goes. It just goes. In my world. I don't have, Chuck Berry's on the other one. Are you lagging, Julie? So again, you can see I started with a little bit of something here. This one I started playing with, again, I just wanted to play with my new paint pens. I might paint over all that. I don't know, There's another one of the little musicians from, I think this looks like Roy Orbison. Does that look like Roy Orbison to you guys? I think that's Roy Orbison. What do you think, Julie Topaz? Roy Orbison? So these are just little journals to play in. Oh, look, this is a happy soul. Maybe she needs to do a little dancing. Maybe this little she needs to lighten up. This girl needs to lighten up. I'm just adding these because they're sitting right here. You think, is this one Michael Jackson? Yeah, I think that, yeah, it is Michael Jackson because of the jacket. I think that jacket, well, the hair too, but yeah. So she needs a little Michael Jackson in her life. This one needs a little Michael Jackson in her life. Just saying. Okay, let's see what else. So you see the colors, how the colors are all going together. This one has the black, white, and the red. Started painting in these little tulips. Look, see, look, that's a whole little, this is just a little piece of tulips from the calendar. But look, this is going to be a whole, I mean, imagine a little, here. Hang on, let me get a, do I need a gel pen? Maybe, let me see, where's my pasta? That's a little thick. I was going to try to do a little highlight there. But all right, so now we have a little person in this huge tulip world. Oh, it needs a little shadow. This light's coming from this way. We can give some of these other tulips a little shadow, maybe coming over the hill there. Some of these might not have shadows because they're over the hill over there. They'd have the big shadow there. So I'm just going to. There we go. See? Needs a potato. Hi, Gary. You know, since it's a Society of Idea Collectors, maybe we need to do a Society of Idea Collector giveaway. Now, how the Society of Idea Collector giveaway works, I have a bowl with everybody's name in it over the years that have been a member of the Society of Idea Collectors. And then, of course, once you win something from the Society of Idea Collectors, I take your name out of the bowl. I still keep the names, but they're not in the bowl, so that you only win once if you're in the Society of Idea Collectors. Okay, look at that. I just love this. Just love doing this. This can easily have a waterfall coming down here. Right, Faithful Mess? This could easily have a waterfall coming down here. Faithful Mess did that awesome collage. So this is how it starts. Like I said, this one's not as far into it as the other one. So I think I'll put together a couple of little collage packs, since today that's what we're talking about, collage. And I'll pull, and again, there's a little plastic sleeve back. And these are the Arteza. These are the Arteza. I think you get 3 of these, or you can get 2 of these. Now, these are not the watercolor ones. I think Janet has a watercolor one. And you get 2 of these or 3 of these for like $29 off of Amazon. Probably cheaper with, some other discounts and whatnot. Arteza's always got things, sales and stuff going on. All right, so let me get my bowl. Hang on. Let's get the bowl. It's under the table here. And there's more names in here than it looks. So when we started it's been a while. I don't even know when we started the bowl. It's been a couple years. But what happens is I put everybody in here that's part of the Society of Idea Collectors, put their name in the bowl. There's a lot in here, more just deep. And I mix it up, and I draw a couple of names out. And hopefully I had to have their address before they could go in the bowl. Hopefully these people have not moved, because this has been some years, guys. So if I draw your name and you've moved in the last 5 years, let me know your new address. Otherwise, it'll just get returned to me. But what I'll do is, hang on, let me I'll pull 2 names out of here, and I'm going to randomly pick somebody out of chat. So number 1, number 2 out of Society of Idea Collector, and then chat. I'm just gonna not doing it yet. I'll do that last. I'm gonna randomly pick somebody out of Society of Idea for the Society of Idea Collectors. These are gonna be little collage packs. So I'm not gonna nobody else put numbers in or anything today. Okay, so I'm gonna mix these up, and I'm gonna kind of put my hand over so I can't see and just kind of dig somebody's name out. Let's see who we pick. Teresa. It says in B, Alabama. I'm not sure which Teresa that is. B, Alabama. I'm not sure. I'll have to look in my list. Okay. So there's one. Let's pick another. Again, some of these people I don't even see around anymore. I was going through my son's 8-year-old sketchbook, and he's got so many pages filled up with doodles. I need to take lessons from him and just be free. Yeah. I know. It's hard, Faithful. It's hard, especially when you start making things and you want something to be something. Okay, so let's see here. Let's pick this one. Karen K. Moore. Now, she's around. Okay, so this is Karen K. Moore. I think she was here Monday. I don't know if she's here today. All right, so Karen K. Moore and Teresa, I can figure out a Teresa in Alabama. I'll try to find that person. Okay. Let's do one more. These are just going to be little envelopes. They're going to be little envelopes like, I'll put some of this kind of thing in there. So it's just going to be little collage envelopes. All right. Let me cover up and dig down in there. I can't see. Okay, here we go. Karen with a C, Karen B. Karen B. And I haven't seen her forever either. But they're going to get collage packs in the mail. And if they're not there, they'll get returned to me. Then we'll give them away to somebody else. So those 3 little packs. So let's do one more here. That will be number 3. Let me get a piece of tape. So we had 1, 2, 3. Because we haven't done Society of Idea Collector, official one. Do you know what number we're up to, Pacola? What Society of Idea Collector episode we're up to? We're in the 40s, right? I think we've done about 40 episodes. All right, so now I'm going to look through chat, and I'm just going to randomly pick somebody. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to think of who might want to do collage. Random. Who might want to do collage? Shelly. Have I sent you something lately, Shelly? I'm going to do a couple people. All right, I'm going to send Shelly Allred. She might have won something a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to send her some collage. And let's see, who else can we haven't seen win or do anything lately? Who else is a collager? Looking for a collager. Mystic Jade. Mystic Jade, you'd have to send me your address. Would you send me your address, Mystic Jade? Okay, and Mystic Jade. All right. But I don't have Mystic Jade's address. Here's my email. Send me and I do not share your addresses with anybody. I say that every time to make everybody comfortable. Send me your address. I don't put you on email list. I don't share your address, not even with other mods. Okay. All right. So that's 5. That's enough for today, guys. That's enough giveaways because it's going to take me time. It's going to take me a little bit of time to put this together. Y'all want to watch me put together a kit? That might be the thing to do for the next 30 minutes. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Let's put together a couple collage kits. I'm going to have to do 5. I don't know if I'll do all 5 right now, but let me do it for you two guys. Shelly and Mystic Jade here. Let's put y'all together a couple. So it's going to fit in these envelopes here. So let's turn this over. Let's do you two guys. I'll do the other 3 people. Later. All right, let's see what we can put together for Mystic Jade and Shelly. I don't know if Shelly's still there. She is. There she is. Okay, so Shelly and Mystic Jade, let's put together a couple of little collage kits for you. Does that sound fun? I would love to see somebody do this. All right, so let's put a couple of people in each one. We'll put a couple of those. So y'all can have some Timmy people. Let's see what else can we put in here. Oh, let's put in I got some of these little washi tape Jane Davenport washi tapes. Let's put one of those in each one. Okay, I gotta go get something to drink, guys. My coffee's cold. I need some juice. Give me just a minute. Give me a minute. Oh, here. Let me do. Let's see. Who can we sit here? Let's do Andy. Andy can watch over here for just a minute. All right, guys. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna close the door so the cats don't get up there and steal Andy. Okay, got some juice here. All right. All righty. Let's put a couple little collage kits together. Hi, Judy. I know I'm missing people coming in. So I'll change this from Coffee, Cats, and Coloring to Coffee, Cats, and Collage chat, because that's what we're doing today. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. All right, so let's see here. Let's get get the papers here. I need to get a piece of paper, a half sheet of paper. Oh, this is good. Oh, look at this. So we'll tear one of these in half so that we have something to kind of wrap up everything in, right? This will be good to like fold into. I'll do it this way now, but I'll fold it the other way, I think. So anyway, I know what I was going to say. If any of y'all see Carrie Ann, Australian girl Carrie Ann, I want to find out what animal she wants me to color so I can send that to her. I'm going to color it. I'll try to do it on the show, color it on the show. out of the book that Orla sent. When I put the books now, are they under here? Orla sent these Australian animals and wildflower coloring book by Selena Finich. And the proceeds for the month of March, anybody that buys this for in March, the proceeds will go to helping the Australian animals. So Carrie Ann lives in Australia. I'd like to color one of these pictures just for her. Just because. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? So let's set that there. All right, we got these little, got a couple little animals here. Okay, look, these are cute. Got some little otters and a little panda there. We'll put one of those. This is going to get wrapped. Each one's going to get wrapped in one of these. So we'll see what we can put together here. I'll wait till I get out of bin. Well, now you can get some ideas, guys. All right, so let's see. I got this paper here. Let's cut a little bit off of this so they can each have a little bit of succulent something there. What else? Oh, this is kind of cool. This paper here. But I'm going to tear some too. Because when you're doing collage, you don't want to be too, you gotta kind of be not too picky. Okay? I mean, not too wrapped up. You know, you got to be a little loose. Okay, let's see. Where else do I have it? Before I get out the bins. I have lots of bins of stuff. All right. I got some of these paper pages from that I took apart. I took apart Catherine Anderson's books. All her books are taken apart. The door books, the background books, the element books. So let's give y'all each a window and a door. Let's see here. All right, so here's a window and a door. So I'm going to put one of these in each. And I like this. Is kind of cool. It's kind of candy wrapper-esque. I'll give y'all each one of those. Is this fun? I hope y'all think this is fun. I like doing this kind of thing. All right, let's see. Let's pick another one. Let's pick another one or two out of here. And these are front and back. So let's see. Oh, here's some umbrellas. Okay, look, we got two different umbrellas. And these have stuff on the back too. But there's umbrellas on the front. So we'll give y'all each an umbrella paper. Okay, so now let's move on to something different. Be loose, don't be a mummy. Yeah. All right, I'm looking. Hang on. We'll find, trust me. We're not going to run out of things to put in here. All right. Oh, here we go. These are some of those Jane Davenport faces. They're supposed to really dissolve. They're supposed to really like melt into the background when you put them in with matte medium, but I found they didn't dissolve completely. But I'm going to give y'all each a face. Each a face. That'll work. Okay, let's move this off the table. And I used to do collage kits on Etsy years ago. I think it was even before I was streaming. I was doing collage kits on Etsy. But you can ask Faithful Mess or anybody that does Etsy shops. It's a lot of work, people. It's a lot of work. Don't ever complain about how much something costs on Etsy. You don't know how much work goes into that. When I would do collage kits, I did them by color. So, and I sold them for only like $5 plus I think $1 shipping, which I thought was, $5 was pretty reasonable for a bunch of really just torn up papers and stuff, right? Maybe some ribbon and, so $5 for an envelope of stuff and $1 shipping. But the problem wasn't the packing up of that. I'll tell you what the problem was. And this was before I had my iPhone. So I was taking pictures of everything with my 35 millimeter big Canon camera, right? People that ordered these kits wanted to see every single thing that's in them. So I would have to lay out everything that was in the green kit, for example. Lay out every little scrap of paper, ribbon, tag, whatever it was that was in that kit. And I'd have probably, I don't know, maybe 40 things in a kit. And it was such a pain, the photography, the uploading, the editing of the photo. And then on Etsy, you have to put, I don't know how it is now, but you had to post, different pictures. It was a pain. It was a pain. I quit doing it. I said, it's not worth it for $5. $5 for a pack of papers, and everybody wants to see every little item in there before they buy it. Oh, anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and I have a couple of old Apple cards here. This one's got paint on it, but I don't think anybody will care. Oh no, that's scraped. I think I scraped something with it. But what I'll do here is, don't try to use the cards. There's nothing on them. Don't try to use the cards. There's nothing on the cards. I've already exhausted them. So anyway, I think I'll put some washi tape wrap. Let's put this one with the little hearts. It says love something on there. I forget. Remind me of your love. Okay, let's put that on there. Let's put one of those on each. So yeah, if you order anything off of Etsy, don't ever complain about, oh man, that kit cost me $30 for a pack of paper. That's a lot more than you think. A lot more work than you think. Okay, then I got these little girl faces. These are, I think, little Jane Davenport faces. Maybe no, these are Happy Planner. This is Happy Planner girls, I think. Okay, put a couple wraps of that. But I like putting together the kits. Again, this was before I was streaming, so I had more time, right? Now my excess time goes into streaming. Here's a little bit of a, what is it? Is it Dina Wakely tape? No, Diane Reevely. The Diane Reevely tape. Put a couple wraps of that around it. All right, so you can use this in your collage. Y'all still with the tour? Are we still with the tour? Is my thing moving there? It's moving? Oh, hi, Shelly. Always need more. I just thought this might be a little fun. And y'all can see what kind of things you can put together. It's anything goes, guys. You can put anything on a collage. Okay, so there's some washi. Let's see what else. How about... All right, let's put some postage stamps. And these are from some of the kits that you can buy at Hobby Lobby. There may be some fibs, that I've torn off. But I'm going to put, a little handful of postage stamps in each one. Okay, I don't know. There's the Queen. I don't know what all's in there. Couple of postage stamps. Let's see. What else do we like? I got some of these stickers from Zeely. Some of my Zeely stickers in my cat cup here. Okay, let's see. Let's get a couple of stickers. Let's put a couple of these in here. Let's get some different kinds. Some Asian ones. Put a couple of those. And here's some faux postage ones. We'll put a couple of those in there. What else do we have? Are we having fun? Here's some marbleized looking things. Put a couple of marbles in each one. All right, let's see what else. I'm looking. Oh, I know what else. Let me get out my bucket rag flags. little, paper clips, rag flags. Here's a couple different ones. Let's put 2 in each. These are just the small. These are just the small paper clips. I have the big ones. I mean, my paper clips run from this size to this size to this size to this size. All right, so we'll put a couple paper clips in each one. Just because we can. All right. All right, let's see. Let's just put a little piece of lace. Let me get the pin out of this one. All right, let me cut that off here. It's a little bit of sticky something right there. Let's cut that off. Okay, let's put a piece of lace in each one. Oh, there's the washi in each one. Still selling them at the very beginning of the show. I was, Julie, at the very beginning of Ustream, I was still selling them. All right. Let's get a few more. Let's get out the paper bins again. Let's see what we got in this bin. Oh, trust me, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 20 bins in this room. This is the smallest. When I said 10 of them are those big, deep ones of collage stuff. So when you're a collage artist, oh, look, here's some Americana stickers, travel stickers. Let's give y'all each one. Here's Boston and TWA. All right, one of those. Here's a couple sock monkey flowers. Let's put the big ones in here. There's no theme. There's no theme to this. Eileen, there is no theme to these kits. They are random junk kits. I need some more paper. I need some more papers. Oh, wait. You know what? Here, let's look. I just saw something in here. Look, let's see if I can find 2. Oh, here we go. Oh, Valentine's. Well, they're not that old, I don't think. But anyway, we were talking about unicorns. Let's put a unicorn and a llama. A unicorn and a llama and a doily. All right, let's see how. Let me make sure I can pack this into an envelope. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see how neatly I can put this together. I think this will do. I think this is a good little kit. What do y'all think? Y'all think this is fun? Little kit? Shelly and who else did I write down? Mystic Jade. Shelly and Mystic Jade. Mystic Jade has a daughter that'd probably play along with her. So we're going to wrap this up. Let's see. Well, I should do it the other way so it shows. Well, that's okay. When you open it up, you're going to see. When you open it up, you're going to see. Perfect. I don't know what this is, but I didn't put both of them on, so I won't put. I think that's from the bucket of. That's from the bucket of what do you call it? All right. So, what do y'all think? Is that fun? Do a little collage kit here. Let's put the paper clips inside so it doesn't make a bump. And same thing for that lace. Let's tuck that under. All right. Oh, I lost somebody's little marble thing. I don't know which one it came out of. Tuck it in there. Okay. So this one is Shelly and Mystic Jade's little collage kit. See? Then we can just, maybe I should just put a smiley face in there. All right. And then I always tape the edges with Scotch tape or packing tape. And I don't lick any envelopes. I never lick an envelope. Just FYI, if you ever get an envelope from me, there's no lickage. No lickage going on. I always, if they're not a seal, even this one's a seal one. And then I tape all the edges myself. I don't believe in licking envelopes. That's just me. If you sent me Happy Meal and you licked it, well, okay, but you're never going to get something that's been licked. All righty. Then let's make it a little more special. Let's take my Wisdom Hoot Owl. I probably should have stamped it before I put it. And you can cut this out and use him too. And if there's ever a little spot that never stamps, just fill that in. Just fill that in with a little something, something. I mean, I could do it, but I'll make it work for it there. There we go. All right, so. All right, so Shelly and Mystic Jade, there are your packages ready to go. And I have to go to the post office tomorrow, so they'll go out tomorrow. Was that fun? D, so I can't use your DNA. No. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, I think that's probably all we can. That's all I got. If you got something else you want me to do, let me know and we'll do it for a while. It's a little kind of an early show. It's not very, a couple hours today. If you have something else you want to do or talk about or show and tell, I'm more than happy to do it. But yeah, my plan to color out of the Australian book, Carrie Ann's not. I don't want to start another one. I don't want to start a random one. I want Carrie Ann to pick the animal. Let's see. What else can I use up? About 15 minutes. I'll show you one more book, one more journal that we haven't shown in a while. Y'all know our magazine journals. Our magazine journals is where we take 2 or 3 magazines and glue them together. Oh, that's crooked. 2 or 3 magazines and glue them together. I won't go through them, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. These are magazines that are glued together, and then we turn them into an art journal. Well, we made a mini once, and I forgot exactly the full name. We call it mini mind mapping magazine. Idea collecting. I forget what we call it, MMICPT or something like that. Anyway, what you do is you cut magazines in half and glue them together. Now, I did these by hand with an X-Acto knife and a metal ruler, but I suggest if you want to make one of these, I could ink the skulls too, Orla. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I won't be able to finish it, but maybe. We'll see. Or I might save that for later because I've got 3 commissions to work on over the next few days. So anyway, they're not very neatly cut. You can take them to Staples, Office Max, whatever, and have them cut the magazines in half for you for, I think it's $1.50. I think Terry Trouble told us. You do, Nana? Desert Nana? So, cut them in half, glue them together. I just used tacky glue. A lot of tacky glue. And then set a book on top, or heavy books on top overnight to glue them together. And some of them are still loose. A couple of them, I've lost a couple pages. I just tape them back in. But this is a fun way to use up your magazines, your art magazines, your Somersets, whatever magazines you feel comfortable cutting up. And then turn it into a little mini magazine art journal. And then it's kind of this all the same. This was from 2017 when I put this together. And then you just start playing kind of the same way that you do with your other magazines or other journals, rather, and put in collage. And then a lot of this one, and maybe I'll come to a page and I'll stop and do it. Sip of juice. Most everything that I painted in here, I finger painted. I heard this, I would rather be green because you are ripe. Oh my God. All the paint in here, I finger painted. Now, some of it I probably used a brush, like some of these swirls and stuff. But all these backgrounds, it's all done with finger painting. And what you do on a magazine journal is you take the images that are there and you use that as your color. So, and or blending. So let's just say you have a lot of gray or pink or whatever. Then you just use that color to blend with. I did go through this at the beginning when I first glued. There's how many? 2 magazines cut in half. So that gives you 4 sections, right? 2 magazines cut in half. And I did go through and white out with just white paint. You could use gesso. White out all the text. Or you could leave the text if you like. I just like to white it out. Then you can go in here and doodle. And like here's some more of the painty bits. And you can use your fingers. You can use, a baby wipes. And so here's an example. These little teacups were here. Some of these couple of things here. And I just kind of circled them with the white gel pen. All this is painted in the background. Went in with the little Posca and did those little white triangles. So you can kind of see. So I based the colors that I picked, and I just use, like everything else, I just use craft paint. It's inexpensive. When they have sales on them, stock up on them, get you 10, 15 colors. You can get them for 95 cents. So, again, all just kind of painted in with, see, look, like this page is starting to tear out. I probably got it too wet with paint, so it kind of loosened it. So I could just tape it back in. So I'm just going to flip through these just so you can kind of see. Then you can, do some painting, do some collaging. Here's one we did for Halloween. I used a Halloween stamp, some pumpkin stickers, and I just drew in some spindly trees, Yeah, yeah, exactly, Julie. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. But if you do make one of these, I would suggest having your store cut them in half for you, because it can be, it's hard to cut these in half neatly. And I know you can't see because I kind of blackened the edges, but look, see, they're not very well done. I don't care about it because it's just a magazine journal, but if you want yours very neatly, take it and have them cut it in half for you, for $1 or $2. It's so worth it. And then you won't have to worry about cutting yourself accidentally. And you can just go in here and doodle and play. This is just finger painting. Just go in there and play. What magazines do I like best? I like art magazines because they have a lot of visuals on them. The Somerset, the Art Journaling by Somerset, Bella Grace, any of, but if you like plants and flowers, and get you a gardening magazine. I don't recommend a fashion magazine just because fashion magazines are so thin. The paper is so thin. I would just recommend. I mean, I've used them before, but I would recommend, unless you've done a lot of this kind of thing, don't get a fashion magazine. It's going to buckle. It's going to wrinkle. You're going to be fighting that thin paper. All right, this came apart here, so I've just taped it together. Again, painted the background, then just went in there with some, this will be a great one to use my new Arteza paint pens in. Or you can ask Janet to do it. She it could be, this would be a good one to play with the Arteza paint pens, or if you have Poscas, same thing. So here we just use paint in the background, and then the lid, I think the lid off of one of the paints, some circles. But it's fun to just not worry so much. All right, let me see. We got some tissue here. I mean, some wax paper. So, for instance, like this one here has like a lot of like yellow ochre and lime green paint colors already in there. Can y'all see that? So what you can do, this is a little messy. If you don't like to get messy, then don't do it this way. Use a brush, use a baby wipe, whatever. Let me take this bracelet off. All right, so let's get a little yellow ochre. That's yellow ochre. Always make sure to shake them well, especially if you haven't used them in a while. Some yellow ochre, maybe a little burnt sienna, and a little lime green. So we'll go with those three colors a little. Don't need much because the pages aren't that big. And a little. Okay, so this is how, and let me get some baby wipes so that I'm at the ready. Okay. Roll up the old sleeves. Hi, Karen Kmore. You just won a collage pack today. I haven't put yours together yet, but you won one. All right. So then all I'd like to do is we'll start with, I'll just pick up both those two colors, yellow ochre and the green. And then I just start blending it in. Okay. And the reason I put the wax paper there is so I don't glue the pages together. Because if I'm getting heavy with the paint, it's going to go over the edge and you're going to glue it together if you're not careful. So I just kind of get rid of whatever I don't want there. Oops, a little spot there. And then just kind of keep working all the way around. Make sure you leave some of your images there that you like. Just kind of feather it all in. Like this. Okay, now I'm going to clean my hands off. It's what happened to me. I took a fashion magazine and had a lot. Yeah, fashion magazine is so thin. Or if you use a fashion magazine, glue your pages together. I never glue my pages together. I just don't like to do it. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way they feel when they're glued together. I just never glue any pages together. Not in art journaling, not in magazines, not in book altering. I don't glue any pages together. But if you're using a fashion magazine, you might want to. Okay, so let's put a little bit of grounding down here. Maybe some of this is coming across here. And then maybe let's just get some black. Just a little bit of black and water that down. Floppy brush. Let's see here. Let's find something kind of soft and fluffy. Where's my Japanese calligraphy brush? Always works well, but I don't see it handy right there. Let's just grab something. Let's just grab something floppier. Okay, so just take a little of that. do some splattering. And there you got a page that you can either write on, collage on, add text to. You know, there's no telling what this woman is thinking. Thank you, Riri. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Very sweet. Very thoughtful. Thank you so much. So, and then I'll just let that while I hit it with the heat gun. Now, what you want to do with this, I'm going to write you down, Riri. Thank you so much. Very sweet. Let this dry. Well, I'll hit it with the heat gun. But this stuff right here, you take a card. This is the kind of stuff that you need a desk journal for, right? This is what you have a desk journal for, which I have multiples of them, multiple media. But just to show you, let's get, let me get one of my, well, no, I don't want to get that because it's going to take too long to dry. Let me just find something to throw it in here. Let's see. Let's get with the journal I'm currently working in, and let's just see if I can find a place to put some of this extra color. Just so you're not wasting it, if you have some place that you can scrape in some of this excess paint. If you don't, then it's okay too. But, you know, that way you're kind of using it up. And you could do this with a baby wipe, a paintbrush, whatever. All right, let's put a little of this yellow in there. Let's go this way with it too. And then this can just add more. This will just add more to this page when I go to work on this. But don't close these pages, guys. Don't glue your book shut. Don't glue your book. Don't glue your book shut. You got to make sure all this is dry before you close your books. Okay, you can't even see what I'm doing here. Sorry, guys, I'm not even in camera. So yeah. All right, so you get the idea. Use that stuff up. Let me set this aside. Hit this with the heat gun, and then I'll finish flipping through this magazine journal. Now that's not 100% dry, so I'm going to take one of my wax papers and put it there so that it doesn't glue itself shut. Okay? It's so sweet. Thanks, Riri. And I hope the chat's still moving. Haven't seen it move for a minute. Usually moves. Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. All right, so I'm going to finish flipping through this book, and then we'll go for the day. Just so you can see, you can do different things. Just do whatever. Just do whatever. Chill. Just wrote this with the stopper out of the ink bottle. Oh, we got a Kleenex stuck in there. Oh, I think I put that in there so we wouldn't glue it shut. And look what I did. I glued the Kleenex to the word. Oh my gosh. Let me get a baby wipe here. It was a test. We were doing some kind of a test. Don't glue your test pages shut. Are we still here, guys? I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe we're froze. I don't know. I'm going to finish this up real quick, even if we are froze. I don't know. We're not moving. My clock is still rolling. Still there? Okay, thanks, guys. It might just be slow. So I'm just going to flip through so you can kind of see. This is one of my gargoyle hand-carved stamp. Oh, I got a story going on with this one. Using the background, like there are these scissors on this page and these roses. So I hope y'all enjoyed kind of a rabbit trail collage chat. Kind of collage chat today. Hope you got some collage and idea, Society of Idea Collector inspiration. Here's another one. This did these little pussy willows on here with the background. This cherries where that bird was there. We drew in the rest. Here are the enablers. And I still haven't decided if it's Janet, Eileen, and who. But the enablers are all on this little sinking ship over here. Bye, bye, bye. And over here, the little wolf's going, no. Thanks, Pamela. Oh my gosh. Thanks, guys. So you can kind of see that what you can do with the magazine, what you can do with some old magazines. Cut up and make you a journal out of them. This is what's her name? Somebody will recognize her name. She has a couple books out, and Paula did some samples out of her book one day. Anyway, we just kind of imitated it and drew some Pam Carricker. Yeah, Pam Carricker. I think that's it. Yeah. So we, again, just lots of painting. I think some of this we did with the palette knife. So if you have leftover, I was using the Amazon card to scrape paint, but you can just use your palette knife and scrape paint. I think that's how we did this one. We just scraped the paint with the palette knife. Of course, you got to let it dry and, all that. Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. I love streaming for you guys every Monday and Wednesday. And the occasional impromptu. So here we did some little girls in bikinis. Drew those in. Here's where, look, this is where it started coming apart, where I glued it. So I just packing taped it back together. Just doesn't bother me. That stuff, if it starts falling apart, I'll just put packing tape it back together. What did Janet say? Colleen will save you what? From enabling and buying? Yeah, that could be now. It could be Colleen on that boat. But before it was Janet and Eileen, and I don't remember who else. So, yeah. But I did go through after I glued it all together and let it dry. It set overnight with, the heavy books on it to make sure it was all stuck together. Then I went through and spent a couple hours with some white craft paint and blocked out all. See, you can sort of see the text under there, and got rid of all the text. Then went in there and just started painting and writing and whatever we decided to do on that day. A lot of it we do here on the show. I showed y'all how to draw easy cactus. These are so easy to do. Showed you how to do that. No, this was some more finger painting. Just smash that on there with my fingers. Same for this. Same thing for the little white clouds or mist. You just kind of drag your finger across. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. I'm glad y'all like the rabbit trails. Like I said, I kind of was planning on coloring in that book if Carrie Ann was here. Not her fault. Don't get me wrong. I mean, 14 hours ahead in Australia or something like that. But I wanted to try to color one of those Australian animals and send it to her. Let's see. Do I have some more in here? Let's see. I'm going to flip it from the back because it's easier. See if we can come across some of the pages that we've done. But it's quite thick. You've got 4 magazines. Well, there's 2 magazines cut in half, so it's the thickness of 4 magazines, right? So it's a lot of stuff you can do in these. This was all done with the stopper out of the ink bottle. All right, guys. Well, just about flip through most of it. We have so many journals that we've worked in over the last, 10 years. And I try to show y'all everything I do. I mean, not everything I actually do, but because, I do commissions and other things off camera. But anything I know how to do, I try to show you. I try to show you everything I know how to do. So hopefully you'll try things, start some journals, or just an art piece or some tags, and go with the flow. When Jean starts streaming again, we should insist that she does finger painting and does splats and drips. Well, I don't think you're going to get her to do splats and drips, although she does touch paint now. Our Jean used to not be able to touch paint. Siri, I don't need you. Siri keeps, and I keep saying it. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. I hope y'all enjoyed it, even though we didn't have a specific project. I hope you got ideas. Picola, did you ever say what a Society of Idea Collector episode this would be? 40 what? Do you know? If you don't know, it's okay. You're welcome, Pamela. I hope y'all have fun with these. Oh, it's 69? Society of Idea Collector episode 69, guys. That's a lot of society. That's a lot of ideas, people, for our Society of Idea Collector. 69 episodes. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. I might do an impromptu over the weekend. If not, I'll see you at other people's streams. All right, guys. Bye.